Guess who's back? Back again. This time, we're going to lay out a verbal demonstration. You might say to yourself, what is a verbal demonstration, Pitt boss? Well, if your tool of a fool is all you use is words, then your words gotta demonstrate. You gotta be able to show that based on what the hell you talking about, you can make the game move. You can make your reality change. Or else you just talking, but you're not demonstrating. You just talking. Now here's how things seem to roll. In the beginning of a circumstance, you start off with a problem that in your mind, you trying to figure out a solution. And the only tool you got is what you know at that time to demonstrate your ability to solve problems without creating new problems. You're going to have to be able to demonstrate what you know. And if you going to share your demonstration with others, you're going to have to be able to verbally communicate that demonstration. Thus, here we are with a verbal demonstration. Now, if I was to go back to when you first heard of Pitt Boss, I had already accomplished restaurants, trucking companies, clubs, credit, money, wars, survival. Just like some of y'all, you encountered a few of those things. I had already comprehended the truth. If anybody y'all agree with the information I presented. Very rarely do I get tried on my information. Best you can come with, if you a lame, is to try to downplay the info because the shit go too hard in the paint. Let's see here. Tutor on the go. You say you emailed me. You must didn't leave your phone number. Or you must have said some shit. What'd you say in the email? Because I'll be reading shit 10, 20 emails. I'm not about to stop for every one unless you talk about something I can comprehend. You got to give me a verbal demonstration. But I will contact you if you talk about something. But shit, I ain't just got time to be making friends. You ain't peeped all the videos. Now, let me get back. Well, make sure when you leave an email, you put the right type of title on it and say something in the body of the letter where I can comprehend what you're talking about. Somebody hit me up talking about what's up. Nigga, nothing. What the fuck? I'm hard in the beginning because I got to weed out the fake. So, I'm looking at you with the crooked eye off the muscle. I don't trust you to begin with. You have to break through that outer layer. Yeah, send the phone number and say something where I understand what the purpose is. And then we can get to the good part. I hope you about that business. I hope you can do a verbal demonstration correctly. So I wiped out all the goddamn chat room monitor. The blue wrenches is gone. Ain't nobody left but Sambo. Just in case I need somebody to go. We switching up the game. I'm tired of looky-loos. Tired of motherfuckers thinking they about to school me to the game. Demonstrate this shit. Don't school me to nothing. Demonstrate what you talking about. I ain't got time to wait. You need to walk up and demonstrate immediately. If I ain't feeling that shit, I'm pushing on. Got a low tolerance. I done been through too many wars by my goddamn self. I ain't see none of y'all coming to help me with these conscious idiots. So now, we gonna demonstrate. Yeah, I just gave you a little view. Divine love. Sometimes the view can calm your ass down and you might get the message, because some of y'all can't get out the fog because you so caught up in your feelings that you don't get the message. Now I'm gonna block your punk ass trying to come in here and tell me how to demonstrate when you ain't got shit popping. Don't come up in here and tell me how to demonstrate. You sit back and relax and watch how to get. Don't you know all these goddamn channels, conscious speculation, mind over matter, they learning from us. And a couple of more, I can run that 6 Dynasty, all these niggas learning from the demonstration. Black Ink came on my channel. I gave him a verbal demonstration. He took note, utilized his education. Then he went out and laid down a verbal demonstration. And now y'all have this copycat game and don't want to give up no credit to where you get your understanding, because you know your shit ain't came up with it. I go back and I look at y'all first videos before you knew who I was. And your demonstration is raggedy. And when your peak game studied it, then you came correct. Y'all jumping on the bandwagon, but your bandwagon gonna have you lagging if you don't really know what you're talking about. You can only front the game for so long. Eventually, you're gonna have to demonstrate. And it was just a copycat demonstration. It ain't nothing new. So it's time to take this shit in a different direction. It's because some people, it's hard to learn. So I'm gonna flip the script. I'm putting out the cold shoulder. So for the little shit I do release, if you find it beneficial, you better do something with it. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? Because black people is, boy, they is the hardest goddamn eggheads in the goddamn crate. Type of shit you gotta do to deprogram what the white man has created in the minds of black people is a goddamn frustrating ass job. Make you want to give up on these niggas and leave them on the plantation. If they punk ass be what they was programmed to do. Because this shit out here in the underground is too goddamn rough for some of these people. So I'm switching up. Playing a different game. This is probably the point where some of y'all gonna get cut off because you don't like the rough waters now. You're gonna fall off. Oh well. It ain't gonna be the first time somebody jump off the boat and find out that they don't float and scream for help trying to get back in the boat. But the boat is sailing on. It's a lot of obstacles in this country that we call America. For all y'all living overseas, observing, duplicating what we're doing, you're getting a copycat understanding. You're not getting the full image of what's really going on in this country. All of y'all who was caught up in that conscious community, that Sonetta TV, the Black News 102, and all these lame ass goddamn channels, they feeling the motherfucking collapse of the conscious community now. Niggas can't get 200 viewers live. And see, it ain't just that people not viewing in, it's that you going up against a system who controls the levers. And they can just hit a button and your notifications don't go out no more. People start telling you, hey man, I subscribed and hit the bell 3 times and I still don't get the goddamn notification. And they can interrupt your frequency. They can redirect your message. They wasn't gonna let you YouTube the game for real, because you're just a social science project. They like to let you run for a little while. It's like in the early 1980s when the white man decided he gonna let you sell some dope, smoke some dope. And I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about CIA planes full of this shit. And you know what y'all did with it. You went absolutely crazy. Turned the whole nation into illiterate sheeples, more illiterate than they were. You got a full demonstration of white supremacy at work. Now you got rappers and dumbass niggas linking up with rappers to continue to dumb down even further. All while everybody in the music business knows that the rap game is just a money pit. And the victims are those who listen to it. They don't give a damn what they tell you. They'll tell you whatever. Because if you drop a beat to some words, you niggas is gonna listen. Because you came straight out the jungle with a vibration and an energy that you want to dance. See, when you living in this world currently and you ain't in the best of position, you tend to get frustrated, bored, irritable, and the only way to survive that is you get some type of entertainment in your life. So when you're young, you like, I want to go to the party. You get a little older, you just want to go to the bar. You want to go hang out at the beach, lay on the beach. You want to see the waves crashing in. This is a way of releasing your oppression. You want to buy a new purse. You want to get a pair of new shoes. You want to get a new car. You want to put some rims on it. You need a gold chain to go with that gold ring. You are frustrated because the only thing you don't think about is control of your environment. I had a lady and a dude following my channel, getting an understanding of red, black, and green from the proper historical position, fully engaged. I looked around, they was all on their Facebook, blowing out Hebrew Israelites with the preterist view of the Bible. But inside of them, they was properly schooled as a black cracker, fully engaged in a ghetto mentality. A lot of people got to come out that mentality in order to immerse themselves into this commerce, because at the commerce level, the ghetto mentality seems to fail unless you're going to play the puppet all the way out, like the rappers or the sports players or a boxer or some high-end paying type of entertainment. Then you can remain in that mindset, but you just can't execute the way that you operate in the environment. You can't show that black cracker operation. Marilyn Bradley, how you doing? I seen you a couple comments you laid on a couple of channels. You seem to be the kind of person to me, you don't like the truth just laid out flat, do you? You want me to soften the blow? Give it to him soft? It's hard to do that, because those that we refer to as the sheeples, the people that don't got much research and knowledge, not a whole lot of education, call themselves living by the system. If you talk to them in a quiet tone, they nod their head like they listening, but their actions don't change. Uh-oh. Damn it. Sorry about that. When my phone rang, goddamn signal gonna pop in, pop back out. Merlin Bradley. Let me say this. The reason why, and I'll switch up my conversation, but I'm gonna keep it all in the same tone. I'm gonna keep it in the same area that I'm speaking on. But if people in the chat, comment in the chat, I'm gonna address it if it fits in the conversation. So people, when I first decided that I'm gonna do some YouTube videos and share my view, there was a lot of shit that was just not in the conversation in this community that I had to institute, and I had to force feed it in there because it just really wasn't what they want to hear. I knew this shit wasn't gonna make me popular, because the truth don't often make people popular. You cannot frustrate a robot. They will go berserker on you. If you wake up a sleeping giant, he ain't gonna get up and have a cup of coffee with you. He gonna get up and be destructive because he only had peace while he was asleep. So I came in the door and I brought a reality well written in history back to life for a new generation. I covered the various areas of life that we all participate in. Law. I got shows on law, explaining to people how law was created. All you gotta go do is look up my video, The Knights Templar. I'm I'm going to take you back to 1099 and the Round Table and the Knights of the Round Table, the Templar Knights, and their world banking that they created for people traveling from the European nations to Jerusalem and getting robbed on the way there. That instituted what we know as international banking, which eventually formed in Europe as the Four Ends. Here come Al Wilson, another fuck boy in the chat room. Nigga, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is what's wrong with you niggas. You black crackers. You don't know what you're talking about. Ain't nobody denying that God didn't create law, you goddamn idiot. I'm talking about that shit when the fucking police pull your punk ass over on the side of the goddamn road, nigga. The law he using on your black ass to throw your punk ass in slavery, nigga. That's the law I'm talking about. Dumbass nigga. Now sit your punk ass down and take this medicine. Because I'm not looking for your view. If you're over here, you're going to get beat up if you come up in my chat. So let me go on and destroy your punk ass. That's why you got that dumbass logo on your shit, because you're a dummy. You're the example of a black cracker. Now go look that video up, the history of a black cracker, and learn about yourself. You ignorant ass nigga. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to check them that way. Because when I treat them nice, they don't obey. Shit, these niggas been programmed so cold. It's shock treatment. The only shit I ever see work on these niggas is shock treatment. You gotta beat them up thorough. So let's get back to this law this dumbass don't know nothing about. We call it the UCC-1 now. Who created that, you idiot? Forget your goddamn raggedy ass channel, you dumbass. I already know you don't know shit because you're in the chat room stupid as hell. You can't afford to debate me, you weak ass. You orphan. You can't afford to debate me. You wouldn't have no haps. You don't even know what the shit I'm talking about. You ain't never heard of the Four Ends. If you don't know nothing about the Four Ends, you can't debate me. Dumbass. Now go get on Google, copy paste. Somebody go to Google right now and copy paste the link of the Four Ends in England for this idiot. So his punk ass can get on Wikipedia and get his name on Wikipedia as the dumbest nigga in it. We're gonna put that picture of your logo up, you and that dumbass comedian that you're following. That's what's wrong. I'm gonna chop you niggas head off. You come up in my chat room today. I'm gonna chop your shit up. I'm gonna show you the other side. The I don't give a fuck what you talking about side. I'm gonna chop your shit up. Because you can't just teach you niggas. You can't just talk and just have a monotone and not get all irritable with a bunch of goddamn slaves. You go, nigga, go do your research about Harriet Tubman and find out how goddamn frustrated she was risking her goddamn life to come get your granddaddy out of slavery, and his ass didn't want to go. He was as stupid as you. That's why you here, because all the dumb niggas seem to survive. But they survive as a slave. Who give a shit about surviving this shit as a slave? So when you go learn about the Four Ends and the Knights Templar and the Siege of Jerusalem in 1099, you come back and you holler. Right now, you the dumbest nigga in the room. And I'm gonna abuse you. I don't give a shit about you. This probably ain't winning me no friends, but it's giving up a whole lot of comedy. See, I got different tones I can approach this shit with. I try to just come on and be a little funny so that the intellectual will stay a little while. Because when I go all the way Rambo, the intellectuals leave and the black crackers, nigga, just climb aboard. Them niggas be giggling and laughing. Because this is the kind of shit they like. This nigga think he a Hebrew. Nigga, tell me the definition of a Hebrew. Boy, I wish I was on my goddamn laptop. You raggedy ass nigga, I'd have been and dropped you the dummy link. I'd have gave you the dummy link. Hit this link, dummy, so I can air your ass out. You really don't know what you facing. You really don't know. But when you put up the definition of a Hebrew, we can continue to engage. If you can't do that, and you come up in my goddamn chat again, and you ain't got the definition of a Hebrew in there, I'm going to block your punk ass. If you put up the wrong definition of a Hebrew, I'm going to block your punk ass. Now get the goddamn Google search out, you ignorant ass nigga. And if you don't come back with the right answer, nigga, you better hide. Where the hell is Sambo at? I'm going to air you niggas. I'm through with you niggas. I don't give a shit. Y'all ain't making me, and you ain't gonna break me. Now, where your definition at? Since you a goddamn Hebrew with a silly ass logo. You probably a Kemetic trying to approach me like you a Hebrew. Because you goddamn trolls will go to long extents to get a laugh. Your punk ass sitting in Babylon struggling. You can't learn. You get your education about the Bible from a nigga in a leather jumpsuit. And you try to run over here to me and think I'm gonna fall for that dumb shit. If you don't put the goddamn definition to a Hebrew in the chat room, you about to get blocked. You better get on your Google with your raggedy ass thumb and go get it. Come and bring your dumb ass back with the answer. Or I'm block your punk ass. Because you downgrading intellectualism. You're bringing us down to your level. We don't want to be a black cracker. We want to be free. And we can't get free listening to your ass on the corner. Calvin, sit your ass down. I don't want to hear none of your shit. Everybody getting it. I'm going to start charging to come in my goddamn chat. You say two things in my chat and one of them ain't a goddamn donation, I'm blocking you. Till I'm the only person left in the goddamn room talking to my goddamn self. I ain't teaching you shit, Al Wilson. I ain't giving you no definitions. If you don't know the definition of quantitative easing, nigga, you better get a better phone. One that got, nigga, the internet on it. I ain't teaching you shit, nigga. You didn't know the word till I did the video. Nigga, I got videos from a year ago talking about quantitative easing. That's 5 hours long, you idiot. Go back and listen to it. Come back. Now, if you don't put the goddamn, let me block you. Because you such a black cracker, you can't follow no directions. That's the problem with you niggas. You can't follow directions. Let me put your punk ass on block. Bye. Now, here's the definition of a Hebrew since I blocked you. A Hebrew is one who crosses over from the other side of the Euphrates River. That was the word given to the people who lived on the other side of the Euphrates River. Now go get your Bible concordance and study the game, because you about as dumb as them niggas in the leather outfits on the corner with the long beard, no jobs. All them niggas don't got no job, because you ain't never seen a nigga with a Hebrew working no goddamn where, except the leader, the police officer they hired to lead them. That's the only one with some money. The rest of them is poor pathetics. What's up, Lewis? Now, let's see what your name is. Boston ZB Bobo Shy. Okay, so now I got my man Lewis in the. So Lewis, we got 22 people watching live. Just tell them what 30 minutes on the phone talking with the DPB did for you since we spoke. 30 minutes of a conversation. I ain't gonna tell you what to say right away. James Barnwell, 23, huh? Now, what does 23 have to do? Why do I need to know how old you are? What is the implication that you're 23? I'm interested in some of y'all who got their money right. I want to make moves. I'm tired of talking. I ain't telling you to give it to me. I just want to talk to somebody who got their money right. So, I give it out some information if you call me and apparently, you don't have a proper view and a little information can set you in the right direction. I'll get that up for free. I'll talk to you. My man Lewis. What's his name on here? Boston ZB Bobo Shy. I'm waiting for you to drop down anything to let these Negroes know what 30 minutes on the phone can do. Real deal eye opener. The information is able to change to life if you're willing to take the initiative. And I will agree that it didn't take you 24 hours to begin to institute the simple shit that I shared with you. You seem to come back on the line with a whole different vibration, and you was already ready to make that change. Like you Michael Jackson, make that change. And you got straight to it. We talked a little Bible. We talked a little bit of economics. We talked a little bit of black power. We dealt with the black bank. My brother Lewis asked me, should he open up I told him, go get a bank account. He didn't have a bank account. Go get a bank account. Let's start there. This is simple shit. So he went and got a bank account. No problem. He had money in his pocket and everything. He wasn't even broke. He got straight to it. I said, you're going to have to sell all the extra shit you got and do without that for 2 years. How about that? Get rid of all this extra shit. Then I broke down to him the way he was. Without knowing him, when I only talked to him for 30 minutes, I told him, this is how you are. Because it's a certain box we fit in that puts us in a certain position. And it's easy to call that out. And he agreed. Yep, you pegged me. How'd you know all of that? Because I see this scenario every day. All I need to hear is one or two things, and I immediately know which box you got to go in. So, my man Lewis jumped right on it. The following day, he called back like, yo, I did this, I did that, and man, I see what you're saying. Then I gave him a list of words that you got to go learn the meaning of. And don't be like that dumbass black cracker I just blocked out the room that's still listening but can't speak. And that's the way I like you. Listening but can't talk to me and bring my vibration down. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm sitting on the beach. You sitting on somewhere wishing you was at the beach. So I'm bringing you to the beach. Let's see what he say. Boston ZB Bobo Shy, that's his name. He says, 30 minutes later, all I need to do is apply the information. And I did a lot of shout outs to DPB and the CRTs. Amen. Now, I'm not making him like that. Y'all thinking that the game's soft. I had a whole bunch of these conscious community nutcases after they hated on my game for a year straight, and I banged on them in their chat rooms and hit the links on their shows and aired their punk ass out. When they finally realized that they was on that bullshit and I was escalating to the top, they tried to double back. Pitt, come on my show. Hell no. I won't go. I left them niggas. I don't want to see none of these niggas. Now everybody in the conscious community. Now see, YouTube was already doing plenty of shows on Nature Boy prior to me and Black Ink stepping into that lane. And see, we didn't do a Nature Boy show like the Sixth Dynasty or one of these old lame ass channels that nigga just do clickbait, hot topic shows, whatever, just to get a nigga to listen to them. We wasn't doing that. I wasn't interested in a bunch of niggas in the jungle at all. But one of their clone followers found his way to our channel and got to talking shit. And when we looked at the dude, and you can go see this in the video that Black Ink put out called Melanation Sensation Explanation, where we went in on that shit. You can see in the first 5 minutes of that show where we first start off showing you why we're doing this. We wasn't on no trying to ride on his dick, trying to get no views off no gay ass niggas in the jungle. I don't give a shit. I don't never come on here trying to find out a clickbait title that'll make me go viral. I just kick the reel and hope that one person that's real could hear it. That's it. I'm not looking for no other shit. So in that video, Melanation Explanation Sensation Explanation video that you could go watch, that I'm gonna leave posted for another week, then I'm gonna block that shit. We give the example of some nutcase following Nature Boy, blew his ass out, and then we decided he's too small of a fry to fry. I want to put the whole potato in the goddamn oil. So we went for the granddaddy potato, that old Ohio potato, that Nature guy. And we decided, let's go and break down his master, because once you destroy his master, the sheep scatter. So that's how Nature Boy got on these titles. And we destroyed that whole concept till this nigga went to jail. And now all of a sudden his sheep are waking up and flocking over here to my shit, crying in my chat room. And I give them no goddamn love. I give them no compassion. I'm about to fry me a Nature clone. Turn your punk ass into a goddamn crepe early in the morning with blueberries. Fry your ass up. Because that's the only way you can chin check a black cracker. And if you don't know what a black cracker is, you better go look up the video, and you better go get the history, and you better find out. Because if you don't know what it is, most likely you are one and you don't even know what you are. And you need to understand who you are before you can change. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know how to change. If change is what you desire. But I ain't gonna teach you in this video what it is. So, see, I done been on my channel and built my shit up. I did the Sonetta effect. After I dropped that video, 18 other channels had a something something effect. The Eminem effect, this nigga effect, that nigga effect. It was all kinds of DOS effects going on up in this bitch. I just laughed because I realized they don't know what they doing. That's why I cliched the phrase, if I don't speak, they don't eat. Because this is mental stimulation that's being shared on the YouTube platform. And these niggas, they don't have no creativity. So I decided to go live with the Sonetta effect at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. This nigga try to play me. And I don't normally go all the way ham right off the top. But since I was dealing with these non-pork eaters, I decided I'd feed they punk ass ham, and that's it. And they can lie all they want to, but they love the taste of bacon. You might don't eat it, but you love the taste. So now, after that shit went super duper viral, 30 people want to come get on my live link. All the goddamn hoes that want to be famous. The attention whores. They just flocked over there. Stole me the link. So I threw their ass the link. Then you got 20 other people want to get on that show. But they can't get it popping like that. You can't go live tomorrow and make your shit pop overnight. Uh-oh. Here's another guy, the Righteous Media Group. That's another guy I spoke to. I told y'all, I'm not interested in just likes on my channel. I'm interested in talking to you, because soon as if I talk to you ain't about shit, I know to just don't even think about what you're talking about. No more. Just let you sit there until you get it. And if I talk to you and you cold as ice, I'm trying to meet you. I need to see you in the physical form. One day. It ain't like I gotta meet you that, this week. But eventually, I want to meet you in person, like Black Ink. I met Black Ink on YouTube. His first comment in my chat room, I tried to tear his head off, because he was, like I say, I start off looking at you with the crooked eye. I don't believe none of you. And then he was like, yo, hold up, I'm a friendly. I was like, well, damn, you almost got blown out the door with a verbal demonstration. So eventually we talked on the phone. He gave me a little his background. He was a journalist, integrationist, and he thought all of his idols at the time, even in his own family, was born into this integrationist bloodline. He thought that was the shit for a hot second. And he was like, I'm trained at this. I said, no, you're programmed at this. Because that's all training is programming. So after we had a discussion and I dropped that Booker T hook on his ass, it consumes you. You have to fold to it, because you're not gonna Trump it. You're not gonna Donald Trump it. So you got to fold to it. Whatever you working with, gonna fold to that. This I knew before I ever did my first video. One of my first videos is understanding socialism, Pan-Africanism, and all the isms. And it was a debate show. some clone ass dummy that nobody even think about no more. Irrelevant nigga out of somewhere in Texas. Called himself he was going to debate Carl Albert. Oh my God. Let me not even go there. But nevertheless, I used him as a tool to just come right in the game. Off the dome. It went from Facebook to 30 minutes later on a YouTube channel. And for 2-3 hours back and forth, I'm coming off the dome. I don't need to do no research because I done already did the research and came to a conclusion, and I'm all in, 10 toes down. I'm ready to dive into it. You can go check the video. It's on my channel and it's located in other areas of YouTube. And when they heard that, it was kind of a shocker to them, because I wasn't biting off nobody with my paradigm, because nobody had the real for me to bite off their shit. I was destroying everything. I'm against everything but God. Only thing I was standing for. So as I rolled through the history, bringing out names they ain't never heard of, I dropped their ass to Harold Cruz, one of my favorite dudes. If I had to put up a top 3, it can go Booker T. Washington, Harold Cruz, and Nellie Fuller. That's a pretty good trio. Nellie Fuller for current information. Fuck Claude Anderson and his bullshit, because he won't give you the real where the information he trying to kick come from. I know that he really a Martin Luther King integrationist, trying to act like he on some black power shit. Him, faggot ass Tariq Nasheed, bitch ass on the West Coast, don't know West Coast niggas. Certify that nigga. He ain't even down with the pimping. He faking every way. What he is a Hollywood amateur. And see, on the West Coast, if you get any gloss over by Hollywood, you will sell your mama to get that check. And that's all he is. He's just a great hustler. His videos is amateur information for a dumb nigga that's barely waking up. If you don't know shit, I mean, absolutely not a goddamn thing, go watch Hidden Colors as a wake-up call to go from dumber down to dumb. Then after you finish with Hidden Colors, nigga, forget all that shit, because it's all bogus. And every nigga on it is a Satanist. I looked at his commercial one day and I said, this headline that he didn't put in this Hidden Colors shit, all these niggas appeared on Side-Netta TV. This ain't nothing but a Side-Netta movie flick. This is Black Flicks. And all these niggas on this shit is Satanists. And what the fuck do black people need with a group of Satanists? All these niggas hate the Bible. All these niggas running with the fraud information. His lineup looked like Claude Anderson, Satanist. Umar Johnson, Satanist. Professor Smalls, Satanist from Haiti. Nigga had, what's that other old ass nigga? It's gonna come to me in a second. I gotta think hard about these Satanists. It was another dude. I had to film him for the new Black Panther part. He did a whole dedication to his old ass. He been on Side-Netta TV, broke, begging for some money. Side-Netta raised him. Him and dumbass, crying ass Reggie raised him some bread, because that literary art shit don't pay off when you get over 75 years old and ain't nobody reading your books no more. You going down. Because you didn't have the sense to nigga invest into this STEM program so that you could be well taken care of, nigga, in your old age. Running around acting like you trying to help black people when all you really did was repackage integration for the new era. And so I looked at this hidden color shit and I seen all these niggas. I'm like, why all these niggas Satanists? Then I thought about Tariq Nasheed. He claimed he used to be down with the Bible, but that's some bullshit written by the white man, all that dumb shit. So I said, oh, well, the producer put it together. He produced this shit. And he wanted to produce his view spoken by other people who seem like they credible. All them niggas gonna be forgotten. So if you don't know shit at all, absolutely never picked up a book in your life, go get you a Hidden Colors DVD and start there. As soon as you finish it, forget everything you just learned and then start studying the real shit. Go find you a William Bell All Things Fulfilled YouTube channel. Watch every video. Then go learn about Booker T and what he did for black people. And then you might have the basis of some real shit. Go study Martin Delaney. I went up against Shaka and bust his ass in his own Nile Valley room. Asked that nigga who was the first person black in America to speak on Egypt and write some shit down. Them niggas didn't know shit. Only thing they knew was Dr. Ben. Nigga, 1950, 1946. That nigga's a crackpot. A sham. Buried that nigga in the church. And the goddamn comedics don't really got no system set up. And y'all niggas just love this shit. So, wake up on Hidden Colors. And after you find out the hidden colors, nigga, come back into the light, nigga, where the colors are colorful and shine bright. That's what you do. But that bullshit is some bullshit. Now he about to come out with his latest black craft, the Haitian Revolution, where he gonna use Dr. Satan Smalls to narrate that bullshit. And I ain't even seen it and I know it's some bullshit. Cause I've been on the phone with Dr. Small, had that nigga sweating bullets over there as I bust his ass down about the time he went on Sarnetta and did the history of Christianity in Africa and never mentioned the Coptics. I went to smashing on his weak ass doctorate that he got from white folks. So black people that claim to be conscious get trained by white people and claim to be conscious, black consciousness. Even if you go over to Africa and meet the smartest nigga in Africa, his punk ass jumped on a plane and went to London or America and got a white education of black consciousness. Went back and taught all his people white consciousness in black form. And became subservient to Donald Trump and the U.S. government while they come through Africa in the Berlin Conference of 1895 and spread it out their wings and took all your shit. And you don't have no consciousness of how to stop them. None. You as blind as you ever was. You don't know shit. You ain't gonna never know shit because you love the lie and you hate the truth. And every time the truth appear, you niggas try to kill the truth. You niggas upheld polite. You believed Sarnetta when he told you he was a phenom. He should have just told you he was a fiend because he was a straight dope fiend. He was pushing dope And the kind of dope he was pushing is called knowledge dope. He wasn't pushing no wisdom. He was strictly pushing knowledge for dummies. I'm surprised he didn't get a book in black and yellow that was called Consciousness for Dummies. When they gonna make that book on the Dummy series books? They need to make that book. Consciousness for Dummies. Because y'all don't have the right kind of consciousness. You running from it. I go back to a favorite quote out the Bible, Proverbs 21 and 21. In all you're getting, get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's a combo pack. You got to get all three to be complete. Got to be able to comprehend the knowledge and utilize it wisely. This is why I got an attitude. Because none of you got 100 debates on your channel, fighting with every lame ass nigga in here to the point I got a gangbang on these niggas. See? I had to grow up in the California war zone. They prepared me. Everything else was weak. Everywhere I went. I seen some tough guys here and there, but they wasn't ready for an army to fly out the sky for the aviator squad to land on them. They was just tough and on their block. But it's a reason why the whole world gangbanging. Because California, them dummies out of California, they got some strong dumbness that they can lay down and influence the weak. So y'all let these California rap niggas turn y'all into gangbangers, thugs, and criminals and shit. So now I decided going into September that we was going to kick into the financial quarter. Now the whole goddamn conscious community feeding off what I'm doing, but don't want to shine no light this way. They all want to go economics with that shit. Because if you're not economics, your history, your Bible history, your African history, that shit sound weak. What can we do? Because we know how many tribes on the West Coast. What's that going to do for us? Make me feel proud to be black. I feel better being black when my bank account's strong. That's when I feel proud to be black. That's why Oprah Winfrey don't give a damn what you think. Because her money's so long, she don't give a shit what you talking about. She gonna jump right on a plane and roll out. And look at you like, whatever you think, your punk ass gotta go to work. You waiting on a check and she writing checks. What type of shit is that? Y'all can't take the strong language. Y'all want the comedy, right? You'll get that when I'm in a better goddamn mood. You'll get that. But right now, get your ass up on this tree and I'm going to smack you with this whip and I want you to yell out your name. What's your name? You better yell it out. Because if you don't yell out what I tell you to yell out, your name is Toby. Your name is Toby. Now let me hear you say it. So yeah, what we need is a verbal demonstration. That means that you got to do a video where you ain't talking about the next man, that you lay down your shit. That's purely what you do. And you got to be fully demonstrating it. Because I don't know What else I need to do? I done been on the road for more than a month. What happened to Lex Kotex and his dumb shit? Where he evaporate to? What happened to him? He was talking that shit. He ain't no more. But you see, all them suckers, they like each other. They like to lick each other lollipops. So they put each other on their shows. They don't think twice about coming over here and ask me because they already know the answer. I'm drilling guillotine on their ass. I tried to be cool. The first day. The second day, you kiss my ass. I ain't interested. You are your representative on the first day. You better be square and fair. First time we meet. And if you faking, we're going to read through that. We're going to see that immediately. We're going to realize you're faking. Now, I take a lot of effort to control the image that I'm going to allow y'all to see so that you don't peep the game fully. I do that on purpose because you can't be trusted. You don't trust yourself. That's why you following all this ridiculous shit. That's why your favorite channels is busted. That's why you follow the garbage, because you can't be trusted. You fall for anything. And you never keep it real. I'm going to go live again later on today when I'm sitting at my laptop so I can show some shit. I'm going to do a 4-hour show on y'all ass. I'm going to take you back. For all you newbies who don't know the game, I'm going to take you back. That's right, Merlin Bradley. That's wisdom. She says, rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Love you, man. Contact me. Let me hear your voice. Let me see your face. And tell me what we can do to better your situation and mine. What you got to benefit me while I give you what can benefit you. And somewhere down the road, we can be chilling at the beach, you know, enjoying the day. Wesleyan Todd. You got the Buddha on there. Something like that. That ain't the Buddha. That's one of them Indian gods. For you, the guy, Wesley Todd, I got a video called The Kingdom of Christ, 1859 in China, going up against Buddhism and Confucianism in a 15-year war. Buddhism and Confucianism represented Satan and the world government of the area. And the people, oh, you're a woman. The last name, Wesleyan. Oh, Wesleyan Todd. Okay, Wesleyan Todd. This is for you. I want you to understand this. I want you to go look it up. I don't want you to think I'm riding you. I just want you to know some history, because this is the issue. A lot of this stuff is hard to find when you ain't coming from the right source as you study history. So just type in the kingdom, I believe it's called The Kingdom of Christ, 1859 Chinese War. Just type that in and read a few articles, maybe go look at a video, and you're going to learn about the Christianity entering into China. They also made a movie that you can find on the movie channel 123 freemovie.net, whatever. And I forgot the name of the movie. I get it. I'll post it in the comment section. But The movie is a visual depiction, not of the war, but of the moment the white people brought the Christianity into there. Now, see, when the white people bring their shit in, they like to bring in Catholicism, which is a paganistic addition that they created because they had to concede to Christianity in 381 in Alexandria, Egypt. White folks had to concede because their Roman theology got wiped out and they didn't know what to do. So when you get conquered, you become who conquered you. But since they wasn't pure in heart, they added all kind of dumb shit, Halloween and Easter and all this shit. They mimicked various things on the traditions that they had already knew. And so that's the type of Christianity that they push. And that's not the real followers of Christ. That's the devil and the wolf in the sheep's clothing. And that's why many of y'all run away from the Bible, because that's y'all introduction, a lie. So because you got that logo of the Indian god Khalifa or something, I believe it is, that's connected to Buddhism, shamanism, Confucianism, and all them isms on that side of the lane. And so you need to go learn about this war where they slaughtered the shit out these Christians, but they refused to bow down. Shiva, yeah, I know about it. It's all connected to Satanism. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. If you into that, you into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to just tell you what it is. That conscious. Oh, here's another one for the Shiva. Here's another one for you. Tupac called himself a thug. He took that concept from Irish and Italian gangsters who called themselves thugs. Then they took that from Indians who called themselves thuggers. Thuggers, thuggers. And they were a bunch of bandits in India, running around killing white folks coming through their land. And they were so goddamn violent that the white men shortened their name from thuggers to thug. And so when the white man first said the word thug, he was referring to a bunch of Indians in India that was running around with knives, slaughtering their ass, killing whole caravans as they come through. They wasn't with that shit. And that's where the origination of the thug comes from. This is the kind of shit I share on my video that I could just run off the top of my head, because I didn't have to go research this shit for long hours and long days until it was so fucking tiring coming up with this shit. And when people find out about it, they don't give a shit anymore. They so consumed in their lie, they don't want to change. Because when you change your whole philosophy, you either about to get rich or depressed. One of the two. You're going to become depressed because what you following is bullshit, or you excited as hell to learn the real, and you about to go get rich in every aspect of life. We'll see how you feel when you go look up the history of the Thuggards. You live in Trinidad. That's a beautiful place with a sad reality. Trinidad. I don't know. Trinidad it's got some beautiful people out there, but the economics is vitally vicious. The war zone is ridiculous. And the only way to get to the top and the echelons of society is to leave the country and go get a white education and come back. And I hope you ain't one of them jet black Trinidadians. Because black people gonna think you look good, but the white folks ain't gonna let you run that goddamn thing unless you fully programmed. Contact me. I'll call you on WhatsApp. My email is 99lightyears@gmail.com. I hit you up on WhatsApp and I show you how your Trinidadian economics is so low that I'll take 3 calculated risk takers and we'll smash down to your town and we can set some shit up for you. All we need is some information. It ain't too hard to ball out in Trinidad. I mean, see, there's a lot of places where people from America could go and a small little money that they got out here becomes effective over there. But one thing about America is rarely do a Trinidadian show up with a pocket full of money. The Asians show up with a lot of money. Nigerians will show up with some money. Indians will show up with some money. A couple people come from other countries that out here and they just balling from the day they get here. Saudi Arabia come out here and buy up all the gas stations. But the Trinidadians, they usually come out here and work at a hotel. But they some beautiful people. But we don't get black consciousness from Trinidad. Because this concept was put together under an extreme circumstance. Oh, Wesley Tyler, if you lived here, you above the cut. You're international, so you ain't got no worries. You good to go. You got knowledge from more than one place. You can do the comparison. You can realize what side of the island you're gonna live on. The Nielsen. What is the Nielsen company? What type of company is that? What do they do? So, while we waiting on Wesley to break it down to us. If I was on my computer, I would already Googled that. But I'm sitting here at the beach. I don't know what to do. Television ratings. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, the Nielsen rating. Gotcha. Television rating. Yeah. That's propaganda for commercials. Tell them how much money they're going to pay based on what they say. Now, here's what happened to television. In the 70s, there was 3 major conglomerates, ABC, NBC, and the other one. Whatever the one that was. 3 major televisions stations controlling every goddamn thing. Every goddamn propaganda we would consume came from these 3 networks. And then all of a sudden, in Atlanta, Georgia, CNN pops on the scene, coming with the cable news. This made the Nielsen rating plunder the 3 networks, and they had to decentralize. Cable news became the giant, ABC, NBC, and what is the other one called? I forget. But it was 3. They had to fight for ratings. They had to fight for views. And then cable network just went ridiculous. HBO, all of them channels, Showtime, all that shit just started stealing ratings. CBS, there we go. ABC, NBC, and CBS, all of them owned by Jews. The Weinsteins, the Goldbergs, the Silverbergs, the Jews. Do you know I have the entire list of every network Jew and every job they work at? I got the list in my computer for at least the last 30 years, even if they don't work at their job no more. Doing my Black Power research, I got every name and every position at everyone. And I said, these goddamn Jews are so prolific with the program. Damn. So one thing you can't do when you work for the TV ratings network, be running around talking about Jesus. They don't like Jesus. They hate Jesus. But what you can talk about is integration. They love integration for Trinidadians, but not for Jews. You have never been able to live in a Jewish community. I don't care how many years you work for the Nielsen rating. You move in a neighborhood, they're going to quickly let you know your ass going back to Trinidad, and they're going to put your ass on a YouTube channel. You're going to be... No, it's all good. That's an interesting corporation, because you got to get up close and personal to one of their bigger conglomerates on how they control thinking. They control thinking. So I don't know why I know about a little bit about all this shit, but I guess I do. But that would be interesting. So since you're kind of above average out of Trinidad, I'm gonna have a different conversation for you. Since you know about ratings lead to international trade. If you got a certain kind of rating, that would tend to lead a certain kind of advertiser to want to buy that rating, and then we can dissect where that advertiser's main corporation is housed, which is most likely going to be Thailand or China, maybe Mexico, sometimes Canada, and then we can deliver the goods. We can get in the in-between of the transaction with some Bitcoins. Do y'all use Bitcoins in Trinidad yet? Are you using the Bitcoin? Damn it, man. I am a published author as well, doing my thing. That's a good thing, being a published author. That's pretty. I got 1,000 videos that are no less than 2 hours long on average, going in on 500 topics because I had to repeat them a few times. The collection of information is a library of books. I think if I got a published offer to dictate the words, we would have 8 books in 2 weeks. I'm not going to Google your name. I'm going to tell you to call me. And then I'm going to introduce you to some authors I know and tell you Google their names. They publish music though. Call themselves Organized Noise. But I will Google your name since you said it with a statement. Since you made it so prolific. How'd you find yourself on a digital Pitt Boss channel? You got to be careful on my channel because sometimes I play with their heads. Oh. Uh-oh. I got I Spy on me. Okay. I might get in the mood to drop a video about... Sometimes I dig into this history books and go find the most crazy... I did a show about Bayer Aspirin and Monsanto merger. And then I took you back to the beginning of these companies in 1902, where Monsanto was an agriculture company. And well, actually, they were a chemical company and an agriculture company, and then they're fully a chemical company. They created Agent Orange, a couple of other things, that fake sugar, NutraSweet, all of that chemical stuff, and they formulated into eventually Monsanto. And then they merged with Bayer Aspirin last September. No, 2016, September, somewhere around there, into a $66 billion company. And we didn't even flinch an eye. I was the only one in the conscious community to even report on the story. Because the kind of information that entails for all these fruitarians and vegetarians, if you don't know about Monsanto and Bayer merging, who give a shit that you think you growing some vegetarian food? They got you covered. But you know, the video only got like 100 views, maybe 300, I don't know. They didn't really care. But I be thinking I put that information just to find one person who finds that very intellectual, because that's the person I was trying to get to. But it's always like you got to walk through a bunch of zombies just to get inside the gate. Make me feel like I'm in that TV show, The Walking Dead. The Bible has a reference to the dead. Some of these people think that when the Bible say you're going to be reborn or that you're going to die, that is talking about a physical death, but it's not talking about physical death necessarily. Most of the time when it references it, it's talking about your mental death, to be without the knowledge of the supreme being. That means you lack full understanding of something. You're confused by everything. And you don't have the highest level of consciousness guiding your Shriva. What did you call it? Let me go back and look. What did you call it? Oh my God. Let's see. Dang, you got a lot of comments. Gotta scroll back. It's Shriva. Yeah. So all of those are levels of consciousness, and none of those consciousness are higher than Christ consciousness. But they are levels of consciousness. That there's a certain roadblock they come to that they can't get around. And though they could be impactful for something here and something there, ultimately one has to achieve the highest level of consciousness that they can come in contact with. And this is some of the stuff that I intended to present. And it was a goddamn shame my experience of dealing with the so-called consciousness was just pathetically depressing. I did more fighting off the demons than I could enjoy the earth angels. So this is how we get here. Monsanto and Bayer merger. Yes, sir. Go look up that video. And just understand, like, I wasn't just coming on here smashing on ridiculousness. I was presenting information that I thought was interesting, and I thought was something different, you know. And I got my way of delivery. I think we could write a good book. Can you write a book in 30 days? Wesley Todd, can you write a book in 30 days? You should be able to. She said I had to go through that. No, I didn't have to go through it. No. You're not going to trap me in that box. I wanted to go through it. I knew it was coming. I don't have to do nothing. It wasn't necessary for me to go through that, because the information I presented, I already knew. But I knew what the outcome was. See, we have a different conclusion. Your life was already scripted. Oh, I don't believe that either. I don't believe that either. Uh-uh. Because there is such of a thing called an epiphany. Epiphanies. An epiphany just appears and you change. Now, I do believe that our life lessons can be a master class for that level of understanding. But scripted, predetermined, uh-uh. Only thing predetermined is a prophecy. That's the only thing predetermined. You can make the statement that my life is prescripted, but you couldn't tell me nothing that's going to occur. But if you could tell me what would occur, then the Bible says you would be a prophet. Or if you're not coming from the prophet with your energy, you would be a sorcerer. So if you could tell me that my life is prescripted and you can give me some of the script, I would believe you. And I do like to entertain the other forms of knowledge that people have for a little while. I like to let you go. I like to give you hard questions and see how you determine the outcome based on your source of information. See, I got men on my platform whose names I've spoken of, who executed their knowledge on a high level, and the effect changed the world. And I can go back on any paradigm, spiritual connected. I can source that. I've read through that. I've entertained it in depth. I come out of a think tank of a group of people, and we put everything on the table, scrutinized everything. And the coldest information left on the table was the preterist view of the Bible, the fulfillment of all prophecy in 70 AD. If you know something about that, boy, you going in. I like movies, so I watch a lot of the historical movies, and I realize that all of that's propaganda made for Nielsen ratings. I don't know who a Stedman Molyneux is. Who is that conscious speculating? Yeah. The propaganda of the movie entertainment industry. Do you know if it wasn't for blaxploitation films of the 70s that the Hollywood wouldn't be what it is as it is currently? Most of those companies was dying. I just recently watched a biography of what's the guy who filmed Spielberg? Steven Spielberg. When he dropped Jaws somewhere in the early 70s, it was a blockbuster phenomenon. He created what we call the blockbuster. I'm sure you already know that. Some of you understand this. I'm just sharing it for interesting conversation as a verbal demonstration. Way of life. Let's see what Marilyn Bradley's. I gotta read y'all comments because people who come back to watch these videos, if I just respond, they don't know what I'm talking about. So Marilyn Bradley says, don't know how life can be prescripted, since the way of your life turns out depends on the decisions and the road you choose to go down in life. Remember the movie Crossroads. And then conscious speculation adds back in. He's a philosopher referring to who I asked about, Stephen Malnox. Malnox. Something like that. Well, I'm going to let Wesley Todd answer that. Marilyn Bradley. I'll read her answer. Because both of you might have profound positions on them subjects. How many of you is willing to like call in the show or hit the link and just come on the show and have a in-depth dialogue? Yeah, I don't want the debates from these weak conscious debaters. I'm tired of that. I just want to have an in-depth conversation. If you don't want to show your face, you can just, we can send you a link. You can throw your logo on and just talk. And we're going to talk about an area of knowledge that you know something about so that you don't sound kind of crazy. Because some of y'all are crazy. And, just have a good dialogue. I haven't had a great dialogue because I petrified the goddamn conscious community. They were scared to hit that link. This one guy comes on the G-Check, and then his mama got on the G-Check General and scared the living shit out of all my fans. We thought she was going to kill her son. What y'all in there talking about? This ain't about no job. Oh my God, do y'all remember the G-Check General? Go look that video up. It's only 2 minutes long. And then I had the nerve to go edit it. How many of you know that I'm an editor, a film editor, and a graphic designer? Because the way I've been going off, hanging out on the beach, y'all might think I'm a surfer or something. I just come to the beach. I don't wear shorts. I don't get in the sand. I don't get in the water unless I'm on an island or I'm in Trinidad or something. Out here, I just look at it. I'm not trying to get in it. Oh, you think so, Wesley Todd? Gifted. Let's see. The reality, Wesley Todd, is this. I was just thrown in a group that tested information. And if you wanted to speak, you was going to have to provide some primary documentation. And they were not going to be easy on you. And we tested each other. It was crazy. This was long before anybody on YouTube knew who I was. Long before that. Oh my God. How many of you ever read, and this one's for you, Wesley Todd. What's the name of the letter? Shit, I'll be forgetting all of a sudden. I get out here near the lap of luxury and start forgetting all the hardcore information. David Walker's Appeal. Are you familiar with that? Ms. Todd. Merlin, what's her name? Merlin Bradley. Are you familiar with David Walker's Appeal? Oh, David Walker was an abolitionist born free in 1800. By 1825, he was fed up and he wrote a long letter, 100-page letter. It's on the internet. Just type in David Walker's Appeal PDF file and you can read it right now. Read the whole thing. It ain't that long. It's about for you, it's just an hour read. For the rest of us, it's a 3-hour read. And you'll be through with it. And I want you to focus on his visualization of life for a slave in 1825, 1827, somewhere around there. He dropped that right. He died for writing this letter. And This letter is profound. There's a portion of the letter where he runs into a black guy who is shining shoes for a nickel. And he walks up to the guy and he's having a conversation, and he says, the guy's so happy because all the white men is giving him piles of shoes, and he's walking around looking like a foot locker on the go. And he's shining these shoes and he's bringing them back to all the white men because that was a job they did not want to have. It's kind of like being a barber today. That's a job a white men don't want to have, is cutting black people hair. Hell no. That's the only business they're going to let you open up. They do not want to cut your hair. And back then, they did not want to shine their own shoes. So David Walker says to the slave, hey man, where you headed? He said, I'm going to go get the boss shoes. So he asked him, do you ever think about opening a shoe store? He was like, huh? What you talking about, Willis? Like, don't you ever want to be the boss? No, sir, boss. I don't want to be the boss. He never had a dream of designing his own shoe or opening. He just wanted to clean the white man's shoe. And you know, this is what started to formulate in David Walker as how something got to change. Because these folks is out their mind. Then he went further in the deep south. And he watched a master whip a woman who didn't even do nothing. He was just punishing her for what somebody else did. And he had her husband whip her until the baby fell out her belly. She was pregnant. And he whipped her until the whip ripped a hole in her belly and the baby hit the floor. Disgusting shit. And then he goes a little deeper and he tells you about a bunch of slaves traveling on a carriage. And they escape out the chains and, you know, they take over the carriage. And one of the girls who escaped too, they kill all the white men. She get over to the nearest plantation, and the first thing she do is tell the white man what just happened. They quickly muscled together the NRA and went after their ass. Came back and killed them all. And he give you a depiction of life. And then you got to put spirituality on top of this shit. Because some kind of way we got to survive this treacherous time period. And when you look at what consciousness guided them through these dark days, I'm sorry to report, it wasn't Islam. It wasn't Shriva. It wasn't the Kemetic perspective. It wasn't none of that shit. It was that Christ consciousness that kept rising to the occasion, as David Walker so eloquently put it, as he called the white man Christian pagans. He called them, no, not Christian pagans, civilized pagans. Boy, as soon as I read that word, I immediately snatched it and I went to work. I started calling everybody in the conscious community civilized pagans. Ooh, they couldn't stand it. I said, don't get that mad at me. Get mad at David Walker for walking all over y'all ass with the Bible. Shit like that is what I introduced. It was important because it was so critical at the time. His letter, I would say, inspired Nat Turner about a year later. So I think the letter dropped in like 1830. Then Nat Turner went to work in 1831. And he wrote in the letter that a black man would come along one day and fight back against this system. And when he shows up, get out his way. And they had double agents back then. They had black people who were so quick to go tell the white man. It was worse than women with it that had a child by a deadbeat daddy. They can't wait to go run to the white man. You know how it go. It is but what it is. But this is the type of consciousness that meant something to me to even open up my mouth and share. Because I thought that these civilized pagans, after being confronted with the real, will realize you can't deny the truth and love the lie forever. But god damn, was their consciousness buried way down deep. And that shell of stupidity was super thick. And no matter what I said, Sinetta couldn't see it. The Nile Valley couldn't see it. The Hebrew Israelites couldn't meet it. They start all pushing their propaganda. Everybody wanted to be the conscious hustler. Who can rake in the most dough? Polite won that battle and moved to Beverly Hills and started taking pictures with white girls. Damn. Damn how it feels to see people up on it. Then I gave them one of the coldest daggers. I crushed their heart and told them W.E.D. Du Bois wasn't profound at all. He wasn't intellectual at all. He didn't create double consciousness. He didn't create the talented tenth. He only instituted it. He applied it all. For the white man. For that Jew. Over there at the NAACP, the Jewish Network. The Jewish Organization for Black Non-Progress. Where they employ black people to work for them. The NAACP. I had to go down the spin guard list. Have you ever Googled the spin guard list? Wesleyan Todd? You ever Googled that? Google, it's called the spin guard medals list. Go look at the names for the last 100 years. At first, you're going to be like, wow, there's some great black people. I've heard of all these guys. Until you realize, why in the hell is the NAACP and spin guard acknowledging all of these people, and all of these people are fighting for integration? And I don't know a soul today who loves integration, who thinks it's just so merry and wonderful to be living in America right now, black in America, who just finds integration, oh, just so wonderful. I mean, it is what it is. You might as well try to get whatever kind of enjoyment out of it you can. Might as well get you some good credit. Pitt boss is. Oh man, I'm having fun clowning these clowns with bad credit. Sinetta did a video a month or two ago talking about his credit. He got a brand new Benz and bad credit. I was like, huh? I guess anything can happen. You must have put that in your wife's name. Because you can't put a Benz in your name, Sinetta, with bad credit. I know you didn't pay cash for it. Because you be crying about that note. Yeah. That's what dummies do. They buy an $85,000 car before they buy a house. That's called bad mathematics. That's called dying broke. The quickest way to die broke. Somebody, my man said, I buy a Ferris. You ain't getting a $85,000 car before you buy a house. I mean, I would have bought a news van before I went and got an $85,000 Benz. I would have went and got me a black 102 news van for $40,000 and a Lexus for $20,000 and tinted the windows. That's what I would have did, and still had $20,000 to chill. But not these conscious. They too conscious to do some shit like that. That sounds too much like right. And you know, a conscious nigga ain't gonna do nothing that sounds too much like right. That don't help the hustle. The conscious hustle. And then he put red pill and blue pill up on his shit. Like these niggas was on some shit. One of them got not enough oxygen. The other one sucking up all the oxygen. The anti-pills. They came on talking about all this shit they was gonna do. Ain't did none of that shit. Go back and look in January. They threw up a video on Sinetta TV. Let me give him some promotion real quick. And they was telling us about all this black YouTube they was gonna create. All this technical shit they was gonna do. They ain't got one video on economics prior to that. Not one. They was all into the Illuminati. They was into the dumb shit. Everybody over there at the Nielsen ratings just laughing at Sinetta and them. Because their ratings is falling and their information is white folks' information. And they like, don't be stealing our information and regurgitating our shit all ridiculous. If you're going to lie about it, at least learn about it. So I just completely, with just a few views too. And I went on the lowest level YouTube channel I could come in the door from. Israel Doctrine. He was at the bottom of the barrel. He didn't have 7 viewers. We used to go live and it'd be like 3 people watching. His mama, my mama, and your mama. And that was it. And I used to be like, damn. I tell you what, let's do some clickbait. I taught him how to clickbait. He ain't gonna give me no credit. I did 1,000 videos with him. He was going live doing all the talking. I was on the back end pulling all the puppet strings. I was the puppet master. I didn't want to go live. I just wanted to show the power of God that I could take anybody and bust these niggas up. Anybody. I take the lowest thing you got and bury you. And when I buried him, the video is called Israel Doctrine's Revenge. Israel Doctrine, he started editing this little piece and he calls me up. He like, yo, Pitt boss, I know you know what you're doing. Can you take this shit and put some of that G-Funk on it? I was like, send it over. I took a couple days. I didn't, this ain't no Hollywood masterpiece. It's just something for the conscious community. And they don't need much because they ain't going to support you. So let them eat crackers, saltine crackers. Don't give them Keebler. You just feed them saltine crackers. That's it. And I put a little tuna on it and threw it in the water. And boy, did this shit piss them off. Sinetta was so pissed off at the Israel Doctrine's Revenge. If you ain't seen that video, oh my God, go see it before Sinetta get back, because he left off to go get the white man about a year ago. I'm waiting on him to come back with the white man. I told him when he show up with the white man, I'm gonna hurry up and get that shit off my channel. You can't be playing with the white man. When the black man go get the white man, you got problems. If he come back by himself without that white man, you tell him to kiss my ass and go get the white man. So he haven't got back yet. So the video is still up there. You might want to check it out. Israel Doctrine Revenge. It's soundtracked and everything. It's all about Polite and Sinetta. I mean, it was a masterpiece. We shook up the conscious community that week. Stole the show. And boy, it shows the hypocrisy and the idiocy, the nonsense, violence, not a good policy. Therefore, we should ignore all the fighting and the fussing. Pitt boss at the door and there'll be no bum rushing. We should stick together, you know what I mean? We falling apart. I heard a Hebrew Israelite got shot and it broke my heart. But nevertheless, that's how this shit went for me. And the whole time, I'm on the back end, just putting the goddamn STEM program to work. I'm over here branding businesses they don't know nothing about, getting royalty money. You know what I'm talking about, Wesley, Miss Todd. You know what I'm talking about. Some of that royalty money that they only pay out to the royals. That shit just started kicking in. I was like, ooh wee. Y'all pay me one more time like this, I'm going on a permanent vacation. Permanent vacation. All I'm going to do is rest, dress, lean, burn gasoline, and stay close to the ocean scene. You know what I mean? Burn. That's all I'm going to do. And for about the last 2 months, Lex Vortex has been taking a shit on himself. Living in a concrete hallway made of cinder blocks. Depressed. Because Pitt boss ain't going live from the garage. Oh shit. When I get back to the garage, I think I'm gonna put a new picture on the background. Put a picture of a beach. I'm gonna take a picture of this scene right here and blow it up. It's gonna be my backdrop. If I ever go back. I might not go back. I might just keep it pushing. See how far this beach go. How far does the Atlantic Ocean go to Trinidad? Let's see what Internet Cast Network says. So where is the conscious community going to now? Will it be STEAM program? Nah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. That would be too much like right. The conscious community is dead. It died December 18th, 2018. That's the day the conscious community died. And where do you go when you're dead? Well, if you wasn't living right, you go to hell. The conscious community is in hell for being civilized pagans. And the only way up out of hell is to make a way out of no way. Because they ain't got no way out. It's over. There is no more conscious community. What's going to happen next is a new generation of buffoons taught by the hip-hop community and the curbside consciousness. Street corner hustlers. They're going to permeate some of that knowledge into the next generation, and they're going to grow up and be more disrespectful than Sarah Suit Seti. And the last thing they're going to want to identify with is being called conscious. So they're going to do what we do. We went from big baggy jeans to slim fit. And that's what's going to happen to the conscious community. It's going to go from being conscious to some opposite shit. And they're going to do the same thing with an opposite name. They're going to come up with a name. You're going to know it when you hear it. You're going to know, oh, this is the new consciousness. But they don't call it consciousness because that's a bad word. Sarnetta fucked that word up. We can't use that no more. It's kind of, you remember when you used to be a Negro? But now you ain't a Negro. Now you're black. It's that type of shit. It's going to go from Negro to black. And they're going to have a new name for the same dumb shit. Oh yeah, you dropped that A out of it, huh? Because that STEAM is some bullshit. I mean, it ain't bullshit to learn. It's just that integration is tried to, acknowledge the STEM, but keep your punk ass on that literary arts forever. Like you could actually build a city off literary arts. You can't. You can only build a library with literary arts. If you want to build the building that the library is going to be housed in, you need to know the STEM. You need to know the STEM. First, you got to build the building. Then you got to write the books that'll go in the building. But they don't want that. Because if you learn technical skills, if you learn how to publish, if you learn how to do accounting, if you learn how to set up a person, do you know what a person is? A person isn't a guy or a woman walking down the street. A person is a corporation. In all caps. That's why them Moors be running around. You're a corporation. Your name is in all caps. Yeah, you idiot, because I'm a sole proprietor. And all corporations must be set up in all caps, stupid. This is not rocket scientists. This is just one notch above the conscious community. It ain't that hard to learn. I ain't too proud to beg. So now, I've been on for 2 hours. My donations total $1.50. That's probably what I'm going to get off the AdSense. I've already had a good breakfast, and I've already dropped off all my folks, so I don't have to deal with them till sometime tomorrow. All I got to do is go rest, dress, lean, and stay on the scene. Fresh and clean. You know what I mean? That's it. All of the so-called conscious community needs to do is take a bite of some common sense a little at a time. Then they will start to wake up. Merlin Bradley, that's too much like right. I'm telling you. Sarnetta called my phone, Unc called my phone, all them nutballs didn't call my phone. We didn't had all kinds. I just recently told Sarnetta this. I said, Sarnetta, you need to drop them prehistoric dinosaurs you keep bringing on your channel and get with these new alien beings running around. All these artistic vibrations, let them have some shine. You build a whole new network. He can't do it though. He put all his bags into a homosexual named Jabari. He's committing the same ridiculous shit that he did with Polite. He's banking on one person. And as soon as that one person get their foot through the door, they gonna shake his ass, and all he gonna be is a black Benz. He gonna be parking it from one side of the street, depending on, what side the street sweeper is coming down the street this week. It's insanity to continue to do the same thing over and over and over. He never learns. He's slow. He's the yellow bus. He should have bought a yellow Benz and put a handicap sticker in the window. He would have had a fancy short bus. But no. He still don't want to put Pitt Boss on the show. Last time I went on that show, go to Sarnetta's show. I got Pitt Boss brings the Thunderbolt, Alice Bailey. Oh my God, me and Sarnetta, 3.5 hours toe to toe. Mental telepathy against a brick wall. I beat him down with a red brick made out of Booker T. Georgia clay, Alabama clay. Bust him up. I started telling him, Alice Bailey kicked all that shit before Dr. Ben. She dropped the 10-point plan in 1950. It was a hit rock book. Barack Obama just passed the 10th on her plan when he made homosexuality legal. That was on her sheet, right? He didn't want to hear none of that shit. I don't care, Mel. You trying to talk about Dr. Ben? No, I'm just telling you, Alice Bailey said that shit first. You gonna keep it real? He couldn't. He was born a magician. And the first thing that a magician do is never keep it real. You fuck the hustle up. So go on there and channel and watch it. Digital Pitt. Hey, Digital. That's how you say my name. Hey, Digital. I want to record that little snippet where he say my name. Digital. Hey, Digital. And the video is called Digital Pit Boss Brings the Thunderbolt. Alice Bailey. He let me title the show. He let me clickbait my own show. I said, oh, shit. But boy, when I got on that show, he couldn't take it. He was squirming in his seat. Now he'll let everybody go toe with his one little disciple, the dummy, Jabari, who ain't gonna never talk about them Coptic Comedics ever. He ain't gonna mention that sector. It's something about the Comedics. They don't want to talk about the Coptics from 325 BC to 325 AD. They only want to talk about the Nicene Council, the end. And they want to talk about Alexander the Great when he walked up. But they don't want to talk about nothing in between. Because if you do, all your shit gonna come tumbling down. My email address is in every video I post on every description. It's 99lightyears@gmail.com. LIGHTYEARS@gmail.com. Yep. Today's a great day to call me because I got some free time. And if you call me later on when I'm in front of a lobster dinner, I might have to send you to the voicemail. But, right now, I'm just chilling like a villain. Superman Clark Kent, you back? I thought you'd be in a phone booth putting on a gay outfit, blue and red. What you doing over here? Ain't there some dumbass consciousness you could be focused on right now? All right, Marilyn Bradley. I wasn't sure, Marilyn Bradley, how you was taking me from some of your comments, because I read some of the stuff you wrote on Black Ink stuff. And then I seen you comment on mine. I was like, I'm a different kind of spice in the cabinet jar. I'm that hot stuff. I'm not the ketchup. I'm the hot sauce. I'm not that regular mustard. I'm that Dijon mustard. Yeah, you should reach out, I'm telling you. I'm way different on the phone. I toned down. I stopped playing games. Some people, I'm too hard to take. Others can only hang a few months. Some hang in 30 years. It all depends on how you approach it. But everybody got a jewel. The smallest jewel I'm giving out will weigh you down. Have you concentrating on that one jewel for weeks. But it's a lot of information that I have dedicated myself never to share in the open. It's only for the Underground Economic Railroad. I will never talk about certain subjects in public. Now, some of the subjects are in the public, but I'm not going to mention them. You just going to have to know where they at. Because it's some information that's just too profound, and I can't see myself letting one of these Negro black crackers know about the Underground Railroad. They'll mess it up for everybody. Harriet Tubman to go to jail if I tell these Negroes about this information. So some of it I had to keep on the low. Yep. Here's an interesting thing I had to tell Lewis when we had our conversation. He heard about Harriet Tubman, but he never knew about the Quakers. So I said, you know them people on the oatmeal box? You know why black folks eat so much oatmeal? That's what they had to eat on the Underground Railroad. Because it was the Quakers who helped them, died for them, and kept it quiet. Yes, sir. The Quakers. The Underground Railroad was headed up to Philadelphia, up to Ohio, up to Canada. Every one of them states got a Quaker village in it. Every one. And they run shit. And you don't never hear the Quakers out there talking about Quaker power. You don't never see them marching. You don't never see them running for president. But you don't see them white folks or them Jews trying to run up on them either. It's something about keeping what you doing covert that makes it powerful. And that's where we going 2018. Fully covert. Me, Marlon Bradley, and what's her name? And Wesley Ty. Covert operations and Living Soul Journey. She can come too. Even though you've been hanging around for a whole year, I don't know who you are. You just a purple dot with an L on it. Lowercase. I don't know who you are. But you didn't treat me like Black Becky. Woo, let me not go there, huh? That'll start another forest fire. But you know. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Since I got shit to do, right? Shit to do. Yeah, that was just the beach. I got shit to do. So, I ain't about to go really get too super busy because this is one of them days where I'm just going to meditate. I'm just going to meditate. Hold on, man. Why all this traffic want to come when I'm ready to pull out? Yes, sir. Damn. Okay. Y'all get ready. I got to take off like I'm in the black dens. Ooh-wee. Yep. Okay. So, you know, I'm about to go rest, dress, lean, sit back with them greens, chill out like I'm the cold fiend. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm out. Holla at your boy, 99lightyears@gmail.com. Peace.